I'd like to thank you all for coming. This is amazing. This is a huge day for the Bothell Fire Department and for the Bothell community, and an amazing and exciting time for our promotees. So with that, we'll get started. Can I have you all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Go ahead and please remain standing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Tracy, thank you very much. That was Kathy Browning from the Tukwila Fire Department and Honor Guard. So thank you very much. You may have a seat. And I'd like Chaplain Bruce Ray, I'd like to have you come up for invocation.
I apologize for not being in my dress uniform, but I came straight from call. And that, I think, prepares me to lead in prayer. Let's bow together. Father, we in this community are so richly blessed by the public safety people who serve us, by the police and the fire and the medics. We thank you for all that they do. We thank you for their collective wisdom and skill and abilities. And we thank you for raising up among our firefighters a cadre of leadership. This is an important year in our department's history. It is a special time to be here. There is a kind of passing of the torch, with some retiring and others stepping in to fill the ranks. We look forward to the future with confidence, knowing that you will lead us and guide us, knowing that this department is in the hands of good men and women who serve us, and good men and women who lead us. Guide us by your grace, enable this department to continue to serve this community in the wonderful way that they do. And Lord, we pray that you would just bless the city of Bothell to the glory of your name. Amen.
Amen.
All right, I'd like to introduce Bothell's Fire Chief, Bruce Crone.
Okay, now I see why there's no parking spots in Bothell. I tried to come in today. It was unbelievable. This is great. What a great turnout. Thank you for coming out. I wanted just to recognize a few people before we get started for coming out and joining us with us. We have the City Manager, Jennifer Phillips here, Parks Director Stroop is with here. We have some former, when we get to the snow tent, So we have the SNO 10 commissioners here again, and Commissioner Van Eden, you here? He's here, right? In the back? Jack? Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. And we have Commissioners Norris, Mitchell, and Butterfield here as well. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate that. And then we have a couple of former Bothell Fire Chiefs, Craigness and Van Horn in the back here. Van Horn, thank you, gentlemen, for coming out. And then I see there's numerous other folks, current and former fire folks here. And I appreciate you all coming out here and celebrating with us today. This is very exciting and very unique for Bothell specifically, but any fire department really, to do something what we're doing today. Generally, you'll have one, maybe two promotions at a time. And I remember coming from a larger department, we would have years where there would be no promotions at all. And to have 6 in one time is extremely unique and very exciting. And it's a fantastic, once of a career opportunity for these people over here. This is just exciting. We had the list, just so you know, we had 10 on the lieutenant's list specifically. We've already promoted the first 6 on this list, which is extremely, extremely unique. And we still have over a year to go on that list. So it's a great list to be on if you're on the lieutenant's list here. Ordinarily, promoting this many people at one time would be a little cause for concern, because you might wonder, do they all have the qualifications to go? Are we going too far down the pool that we're going to not have people ready? And I would say unequivocally, no. I think this is a great group. When we did the interviews with the chiefs, I think one of the things that struck me most with this group was the maturity level, all the way across the board. And just how they handle themselves, their comportment, what they've done. They all have very, very different backgrounds on how they got here, what they've done in the fire service, which I think is very helpful for us to bring that kind of knowledge and leadership here. And so we're very fortunate we have these folks here to take these roles on at this time. Just incidentally, I was looking at the numbers. We have 21 of our members of 5 years or less in the fire service or with Bothell. We just retired 3 folks last week that had a combined in the department equal or more than the 21 firefighters. The years of service from 3 equals years of service from 21. So we are a growing department, we're a young department. And again, ordinarily that might raise some concerns, since over a third of our department's got 5 years or less. But I really see with this group here especially that they are the future leaders who will ably and capably mentor and lead the department into the future. And I really am looking forward to them and their ability to do that. I was doing so good, I think I lost my notes. Couple of miles. So, I guess that was it. It's just the fact that this is such a unique opportunity, and that we were ready for it at this time. It's astounding. It's just great, and I'm excited for these folks. So I congratulate our 6 promotees, and I'm excited to see them shape the future of our department.
All right, well, thank you for being here, Deputy Chief Fire Marshal Butch Noble, and I've been assigned the honor of talking about the red helmet. So 5 of our 6 today are being promoted to company officer, also known as lieutenant in the fire service. And I can tell you that these red helmets, and all the red helmets in our department and any department, represent sacrifice, dedication, and really hard work. I know that all of these folks have spent hundreds of hours studying, dedicating themselves to this testing process, and many of them have done that several times over. This is an unprecedented promotional ceremony for Bothell. To promote 6 at once is pretty outstanding. To see your friends, brothers, and sisters make this step is really exciting for all of us, especially me. I've worked with them for 20 years or more. So the red helmet represents hard work and dedication, not only for them, but for their families. It's a huge undertaking to take these tests. It's not just you sit down, take a written test, and it's over. It's days and days of studying, days and days of test taking. Take a test Tuesday, come back in 2 weeks, take another test. It's a big deal. And these folks have done really well in that process, and this is how we reward them. So thank you to the families that have supported these folks through this process. The sacrifices is not unnoticed by us. The other thing about these red helmets is, as these folks wear them on a call, it represents leadership, and it represents the fact that when crap hits the fan, folks are going to look to them to make some quick decisions and potentially some pretty bad scenarios. So there's a responsibility that comes with these red helmets, and I know that they're all aware of that, but things change when you put on the red helmet. And those of us that have made that transition, it doesn't really get real till you do it. So congratulations to all 6 of you, 5 lieutenants, 1 new battalion chief. And with that, I'd like to have Kelly Cross come up, and we'll give her the first helmet. For this part, I got to put on my readers, so it's not that funny, guys. Kelly Cross, Lieutenant Kelly Cross, has been working for Bothell Fire since 2003. During her tenure here in Bothell, she served on the union's executive board as the benefit coordinator and has been on the contract negotiation team with a member of Bothell Fire's technical rescue team for 7 years, and has been a rescue swimmer since the inception of that program. Lieutenant Cross also served as City Health and Wellness member for 8 years. Kelly's very passionate about fitness and health and wellness, and we appreciate what she brings to the table in that regard. She's also a peer fitness instructor and is a peer support coordinator. Kelly is the founder, Kelly is the founder of the peer support program here in Bothell, so we thank her for that. And so, without further ado, here's Kelly's lieutenant's helmet. And if Kelly wants to bring her family up. Come on, Kyle. Kyle thought he was going to get out of this without having to come out, but I didn't know. So traditionally, we have a spouse or a person of your choosing to pin the badge. Kelly's clearly chosen Kyle, so go for it, Kyle. Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Kelly Cross. Kelly, if you wanted to say a few words, you can do that right now. Oh, did I forget to mention you can say it? Perfect time.
I gotta keep it short. One, I gotta keep together. This is probably, other than my wedding and having my children, the best day of my life. So, looking out here, all these people, all of you have a huge part in why I'm here. Many mentors in my life, friends of my dad, my family, the testing. I remember falling asleep with books on my chest, and I had newborns, and I'm like, okay, I got this. And my husband just like, hey, go to bed. Without that, I wouldn't be here. Without my family, I grew up being told that I could do and be whatever I wanted because my parents raised me that way. And I'm grateful for that. I strive every day to be like that woman right there, who's my mom, who's the strongest lady I know. And a lot of you know I lost my father about 20 years ago, but I know he's here. I wear his 828 on my wrist. He was a state trooper, and I know he's here today, and I'm super excited that he's seeing this and is proud of me. But thank you to my Bothell family, the mentors I've had to get here. I told the chiefs in my interview, I have the people I look to in this department, and I will continue to look to you guys to take my next step in this career. The people I want to be like, who I see doing such an incredible job that have paved this way for me. So thank you to all of you for what you've done to get me here today. And thanks to the chiefs for this opportunity. And I'm going to finish at that.
right, great, congratulations. I'd like to bring Lieutenant Anthony Savino up. So for those of you that don't know me, I didn't do a good job introducing myself. Doug McDonald, and I've only been here 18 months here in Bothell. I came from another department down south, but just to add quickly, for all of these new company officers and battalion chiefs, amazed. These people are ready to do this job, and with Anthony, I thought I carried more stuff in my pockets, and then I ran into Anthony, and he's a Home Depot. So, anyways, well done, my friend. So, Lieutenant Savino began working for Bothell Fire in 2007. During his tenure, he's played an integral role in our technical rescue firefighting. Today, Lieutenant Savino is the technical rescue team leader. I work with him very closely with that, and I depend on him heavily with that, both as a firefighter and now even more as a lieutenant. So expect that. He does an amazing job with the water rescue team and is a member of both the hazmat team and the wildland team. And he's earned several outstanding service awards, which include the Medal of Meritorious Action, Technical Rescue Team and Hazmat Service Awards, 2010 Employee of the Year Award, Employee of the Quarter twice, and 2 exceptional service letters. Clearly, we're promoting those people, the great people that are ready to lead, and we are so excited to have you as a member of that team. So, with that, we'll do our helmet again. With that red helmet goes a lot of responsibility, and I know you'll wear it proudly and take care of your crew. It's all about service to others. So, congratulations. And then we'd like Lieutenant Savino's family to come up and let's do a badge pinning.
It's definitely hard to follow Kelly's speech. Thank you to everybody for being here and supporting all of us. It's pretty exciting to be promoted in such a large group. We've all tested together for so long, so I wouldn't have it any other way. Definitely wouldn't be here without my faith and my family. To my wife, Catherine, thank you for all the multiple tests and the time away from family. Definitely wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Thank you. To my parents, my sister, and my in-laws, you raised us and supported us throughout our lives, and definitely wouldn't be out here in Seattle if it wasn't for you. And to my in-laws, the countless hours of babysitting and support while we're studying, wouldn't have been possible without you. So thank you. To everybody at Bothell Fire, you're all family, and when I moved out here, I didn't know anyone. I was freshly kicked out of the nest at home, so learning how to survive on my own it's been awesome. I can't list everybody's name because I would list the whole department, but thank you for all of your friendship, your mentoring, and for just being family. I'm truly blessed to be here, so thank you.
All right, our next lieutenant, Jeff Salatino. I think I've actually called you Jeff 3 times in my entire life, so this would be the third. He goes by Sal. When you call him, someone says Jeff, I don't even know what they're talking about. Lieutenant, stand by. These are new for me. Lieutenant Salatino began working for Bothell Fire in 1997. During his tenure here, he has served on the East Side Hazardous Material Teams, the Tech Rescue Team, and is currently a member of our Wildland Team. Lieutenant Salatino was part of the Apparatus Committee, and most recently was instrumental in purchasing two of our amazing Pierce fire engines that are beautiful and run well, and Sal's passionate about apparatus, rig checks, and the driver operator program, so thank you, Sal. Career highlights for Lieutenant Salatino. He represented Balfa Fire in New York during 9/11. Lieutenant Salatino has deployed to a number of wildfires in Washington and Oregon, and he was part of the Ladder 42 tech rescue response for the 2006 Bellevue crane collapse. Lastly, Lieutenant Salatino received the 2018 Exceptional Service Award. Thank you, Lieutenant Salatino. Here's your welcome. Sal, would you like your lead?
My lovely mother.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Come on up.
I'm not married, so. She's it.
Dry run. Picture time. Everyone get out your tissues. Lieutenant Salatino's got a few words.
One thing, Sal. I just got done about 5 seconds here. You never know. I don't want to forget anybody. I've been practicing with a water bottle, actually. First of all, I just want to thank you guys all for being here. And I just want to start off by saying how grateful I am for this opportunity. And I just want to take a few moments to thank some of the people that have helped me get to this point in my career. So first off, to Chief Crone and Chief McDonald, I want to thank you guys for this incredible opportunity. To have an opportunity to serve for this department is truly an honor. Before I stand here before you, proud but very humble. So thank you. And Chief Butch, thank you. And my mentors. And in my 27-year career, I have been blessed with a lot of great mentors. And if I had to name them all, I mean, I'd be up here for 5 minutes, easy. But I've had some special ones, and I just want to acknowledge them. So to all the Vans, Chief Van Ertorn, Chief Van Spandau, Chief Van Valkenburg, Chief Wick, Chief Hughes, Lieutenant Puffer, Lieutenant Sandman, Sugar Bear here? Lieutenant Bailey, Lieutenant Robinson. You all have been instrumental in my professional development. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the core talks, all the nuggets, all the phone calls and texts, offering your words of wisdom, your encouragement, and your support. And for that, I'll be forever grateful. To all the crews that I've worked with over the last 23 years, thank you for the good times, thank you for the challenging times, but most of all, thank you for letting me be part of the team. To my crew, B Shift 44, tip of the spear. I promise to keep you safe, help make your goals into realities, and have fun along the way. To my family, thank you all for being here and supporting me. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. And lastly, to my mom. It's been going pretty good so far. You were without a doubt my biggest mentor, or excuse me, my biggest fan. And I know this is a very proud moment for you. But I want you to know that this moment is just as much about you as me. I can never thank you enough for all your unconditional love and support, all your hard work and sacrifice, instilling the work ethic and the values that made me the man I am today. And I just want you to know that there is no better mentor, no better role model, no bigger influential person in my life than you. Thank you. I love you.
Lieutenant Monahan, come on up. Well, here we go. How about this, huh? Lieutenant Monahan began working with Bothell Fire in 1988. Just so happens that's the year I graduated high school. That is a lot of knowledge in there, right there. He served as a volunteer firefighter for 12 years and has been a career firefighter for 20 here in Bothell. During Lieutenant Monahan's tenure, he has been on our union executive board, serving as the vice president, secretary, and now treasurer. Career highlights: supporting Lieutenant Gary Wick and his family after his injury in the 2008 roof collapse incident. That was significant, and Dave had a huge part in that, helping with that. Lieutenant Monahan has created the renowned fire department tracking software that our department uses, many departments around the country use. I would be remiss in saying that I probably wouldn't be standing here because I would be in another place, stressed out beyond, without Dave's help over the last few months. He's really helped me as an operations chief, developing software with our recent change of shifts and plans, and I don't know really how I would have gotten through that without your help, so I really appreciate that. He's been instrumental in tracking, providing data to determine hazards, trends, and needs for community, our risk assessment problems, and really being able to track, you name it, firefighter injuries, firefighter cancer components, all of that through, especially with the local. He's been instrumental. So could go on and on. I think everybody knows that Bothell Fire is Bothell Fire in a big way because of Lieutenant Monahan and his dedication and support to our department. So thank you for that. And I'm going with Nancy's coming up to pin. Okay, let's have Dave's family come on up. Outstanding. Congratulations. Thank you.
So I have to follow Sal in that speech, and with a dry mouth. Yeah. Thank you, Chiefs. I want to say thank you to all three Chiefs. I've had a unique opportunity for the last 2 years on a day shift assignment to get to work with them pretty close. Not everybody gets to do that, and I've appreciated the support and the fun we had and the challenges you gave me. None of us get to this alone. I'm a unique crowd here, the 2020 lieutenants. It's a great crowd. I'm happy to be here and honored to be with you all. A couple people I'd love to acknowledge: my wife, number one. For all the good stuff, all the bad stuff. She's always there. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my folks, and I'm very lucky at my advanced age, given those aren't gray hairs there. I'm lucky enough to have both my dad and my mom here today, and I love them, and I'm here partly because of how you raised me. I'm lucky enough to have all my siblings. I've got a sister and 3 brothers. I've got an uncle here, I've got a cousin here, I've got folks who surprised me and flew in from out of town. I got a guy here I've known since I was 1 year old. I live in the house he grew up in. folks I've gone to school with, folks that I've lived with. It's awesome. And then there's the folks in our department. Long time, 32 years here. A lot of volunteers, a lot of paid folks, worked on a lot of different crews. Every single person I've worked with has taught me something. Some have taught me a lot. Two people I have to specifically thank. Marcus Cragness, the chief who gave me my job. We were on a fire in about 1998 Main Street, not nearly as big as the recent one. Snowy like this, it was December, and we worked all through the night, and sometime in the morning I had to go pick up all the cones, and he looked at me like, "Are you still here?" And I said, "Yeah." He says, "I ought to just hire you." And by sheer coincidence or fate, within 1 year, he did hire me. And as somebody else, again, I've learned a lot from a lot of people. My lieutenant, Gary Wick, who couldn't be here today, taught me a lot. He was my lieutenant for a good number of years. But probably the person who taught me the most, BC Rob Bensmanel. We worked together as firefighters, we worked together with him as a battalion chief, and there's not a finer man in this department, and he taught me a lot, from the little stuff to the big stuff, and mostly how to take care of people. And if there's one thing I know about this job and being an officer, it's taking care of your people. That's number one. Everybody goes home. Everybody knows we lost Lieutenant Robinson last year. And luckily, we all got a chance to know him. He was a rookie with my crew when he first came on. And loved the times with him, and we'll miss him forever. And I just dedicate my service to his memory because he did it right.
All right, response times notwithstanding, Lieutenant Jeff Olson, you're next. Lieutenant Olson, yeah. A little bit about Lieutenant Olson, long fire family. I believe his father's in the crowd, Chief of Linwood. Is your brother here, Joe?
My brother Garrett's over there. My
Garrett?
dad's sitting right about there.
Chief, all I know is Arizona. Chief, I'm not sure which city. St. Louis, where?
Scottsdale and San Luis.
Scott, okay, thank you. So, point is, long fire family in Lieutenant Olson, Mr. Olson's life. A little bit about Lieutenant Olson. He began working in Buffalo in 2003. And during his tenure, he has served on both the technical and water rescue teams, and he provided 10 years of exceptional, I'll add the word exceptional, union executive board leadership. I often sought out Jeff's counsel when he was union president back in the day. Career highlights for Lieutenant Olson. He was one of the first in crew on our now infamous Main Street fire and did an excellent job. Another memorable call for him was when he helped rescue a shoreline fire officer and citizen from a structure fire. Lieutenant Olson's has been acknowledged 3 separate times for meritorious service awards for outstanding performance. Congratulations, Lieutenant Olson. And a few words from Lieutenant Olson.
Oh, we got a badge first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, badge. Badge.
Yeah, that's like,
Here you go, Jeff.
those of you that know me know I'm a man of few words. I'm not, but luckily I caught a cold, so I won't be able to go too long. First and foremost, I have to thank my wife. She's my rock. She's the reason I'm standing here today. I wouldn't have half the success in life without her straightening me out as a young man and setting me on my path. I want to thank my boys, Sebastian and Eddie. Sebastian, who's here today, Eddie, who couldn't be here because apparently pre-calculus is pretty difficult and sometimes you got to study. So thank you guys for being great kids and making it easy on me as a father. I still can't believe how wonderfully you've turned out. I also need to thank my dad, Gary, my brother Garrett, my brother Greg for their uniform service before me. They've shown me the way on how to be a man and how to represent their community and their country. Thank you. And to my mother for raising the four of us. Yes, the four of us, you too, Dad. When I look at with the family that she's brought up, myself and my brother, both in the fire service and successfully, my brother Greg, who is a captain in the Air Force and very successful in business beyond that, it all comes back to you and Dad and how you showed us how to be all those years ago. To the community for showing up tonight, you guys give such great support to the fire service in general. Without you, none of this is worth it. Thank you so much, Bothell.
We're going to be doing a pledge with the lieutenants.
Having accepted the position of fire lieutenant, do hereby pledge to support the mission and values of the city of Bothell and of the Bothell Fire Department. As a lieutenant, I will serve my organization with respect and dignity. And serve the citizens of Bothell with compassion. Courage and integrity. I do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of Washington. To uphold the laws. Rules and regulations of the city of Bothell. And that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of lieutenant. For the city of Bothell to the best of my ability. Congratulations.
Outstanding. Great, congratulations again. All right, how about Battalion Chief Adam Lamb, come on up. So we talked about the importance of the red helmet, and we want to talk a little bit about the importance of the white helmet and what that signifies, what that means. What it really comes down to is servant leadership. It's that ability that when he's on duty, he is now responsible for not only the community, but for all of his firefighters, his company officers. There's no one really to look to, especially in the evenings or anything like that. He's going to look like this and go, it's me. I have to make those decisions. That's a huge amount of responsibility. And as he'll tell you, you don't just get to this spot. You go through a little bit of a maze to get there. And when you get there, when you put that white helmet on, you've met the skills and you've gone through the tests that I put him through the department's put him through. And I can tell you that Adam's ready. There's a ton. You're never going to stop learning. There's a ton to do, but know that your number one responsibility is to make sure you're looking out for your firefighters and for your community. That's what it's all about. So when that white helmet goes on, that's the fire chief. That's the chief officer on scene who is going to be responsible for what happens, how that scene goes. And is going to make those critical decisions, sometimes very, very difficult decisions. What gets saved, what doesn't, who lives, and unfortunately sometimes who doesn't. And that's an incredibly huge responsibility, and we don't take it lightly, and I know Chief Lamb is not gonna take it lightly either. So with that, I'm gonna go on to a little bit more about Chief Lamb, but that's kind of a little history of the white helmet and why we have our chief officers wear that. Chief Lamb began working for Bothell Fire in 1998. During his tenure, he has served on the technical rescue team, specializing in rope, confined space, trench rescue, and structural collapse as a technician. BC Lamb has also been a SWAT medic, working with our police department in high risk. So he would be helping if a police officer was injured in the line of duty on high risk events. He would play an integral role in Bothell's Fire Superior Support Team, Recognition Team, and Succession Planning Committee. Those are all huge components within our department. Some career highlights. Chief Lamb was first in on the big Main Street fire. He helped deliver 3 babies during his career. It's pretty cool.
Historic.
Yeah. And he represented again Bothell Fire in New York during 9/11. So those are some pretty great highlights. And again, really appreciate everything you're doing, what you're going to do for our department. All right, with that, here's your Chief Officer helmet. All right, and now we've got a badge pinning.
I'm gonna have my family come up, great. Come on in, critters.
Congratulations. All right. Few words?
Just a couple.
Okay.
I'll keep it short. Service, esprit de corps, camaraderie are personified in this room. I had 3 of my best military friends show up last night, and we commiserated and had a really good time. I had some time in the Air Force. The best part about it, the camaraderie and the esprit de corps, is it builds relationships. And those relationships are the type that when these guys walk into my house and I haven't seen them for years, we pick it up right where we left off. And everybody in this room, as I look at every face, I just see everybody that has supported me. And the respected mentorship in the back. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Rob. Mike, Joe, everybody. Chiefs, I want to thank you for the opportunity you're giving me right now. I am humbled and I have a lot of pride, and I will serve to the best of my ability to make you proud. I think lastly, I just want to thank, wow, what is that? I want to thank some bedrock. Ron Wick told me a long time ago I needed to drop a taproot and make a family and a home. And 29 years ago, I eloped with her on the beach in Biloxi, Mississippi. We had to have a card so she could get on base because they wouldn't let her just get through the gate. We got married. We got married properly in the church a while later. And I just can't thank you. Thank you for the critters. She bore twins for me, so I'm just so thankful to have this opportunity. I will serve you well. Battalion Chief in Seattle, I just want to finish with this, gave me my my new motto, which is I'm here to take care of people that are taking care of people. And I promise I can do that.
All right, don't go too far there, Adam. We gotta swear you in.
I, Adam Lamb. Having accepted the position of Fire Battalion Chief. Do hereby pledge to support the mission and values. Of the city of Bothell. And of the Bothell Fire Department. As a Battalion Chief. I will serve my organization with respect and dignity. And serve the citizens of Bothell with compassion. Courage and integrity. I do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of Washington. To uphold the laws, rules, and regulations. Of the city of Bothell. And I will faithfully discharge. The duties of the office of Battalion Chief. City of Bothell. To the best of my ability.
All right, one last round of applause for all our promotees.
All right, well, we're wrapping things up. Thank you to everyone for showing up today. It was an honor for me to be a part of this promotional ceremony. On behalf of the other two chiefs, I'm sure it was an honor for them as well. Happy birthday to Lieutenant Savino's father, who's here from Chicago. Great coincidence. And just thank you for everyone for showing up and being a part of this ceremony. It means a lot to all of us to have the support from the community and family members and each other. So we've got cake and punch and other edibles of the right type. To clarify that. Feel free to take pictures, mingle. We have the room, I think, for the rest of the day. So please be comfortable, have fun, and say hello to maybe some folks you haven't met before. Thank you very much.